attention, I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The alpha and omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning, my catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the sci-fi, my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings them out.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Dak going to start out going to the air. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's punted out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts, open man, that's Devontae Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Osa Odighizuwa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Prescott now from the 50. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the 1 here, the 12-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 22 carries, 86 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Dante Hightower in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit... their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Prescott now. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. For Gallup, a check on the numbers from a week ago. 7 catches, 55 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Cook. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. This one a little slow to get cooking, just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 23. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He completes it to Tate. He'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now Prescott. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Ooh, the juke. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. Finds Pickens outright. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. The Cowboys at 13-1 now on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Escaping the pressure right, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Now a give here to Pollard, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Prescott from the gun. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd in a couple. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Prescott to throw it. Flushed out right. Open man right side, it's Lamb. Touchdown! C.D. Lamb. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from C.D. Lamb. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts. That swung out wide to Sanders. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Now a dump off here complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sanders. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Aaron Sipos on to punt as he'll get this one away now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. To throw is Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And connecting quickly with Goddard.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Hurts.
Over the middle, complete. It's Sanders.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. To try again after the sack.
Hurts.
Left side here to Sanders.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve.
As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure they're friends from the deep.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Prescott on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. On 2nd and 10, Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the 1st down. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and 8. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one,
They've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. They'll set up to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Goes right back to Smith again. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this 3rd quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points, and not really with a lot of hope, but with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
third and short yardage. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Sanders.
40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. 3rd quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. Hurts gets this to Sanders.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Running right, here's Sanders. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Throwing is Hurts.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. Instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. As this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
They caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the 4th quarter driver's seat, still up 3. A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Prescott. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down to about the 26 here.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now Pollard. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Pollard again. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go with Sanders. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And the Eagles are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Back to throw. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
So Dak and the Cowboys down 14-10, a little over a minute and a half remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Dak.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set.
To throw, Prescott able to find Gallup.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now Prescott. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Once again with Sanders. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Prescott. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott.
Eluding the pressure right. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And this is a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's a room to maneuver. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they take a knee. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place... Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some...